videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert. It says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market is still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
We also know that fundamentals matter less in this market because of the concentration of success in those tech companies.
That's right. Who cares about fundamentals? When you're printing money and you give that money to the banks by way of, or to the companies, I mean, how much money, trillions of dollars or billions are being printed to give to companies to buy their bad assets, to fill them up with cash so they can survive. Nobody cares about earnings anymore. When they buy a stock, they don't care about earnings. They don't care about profits. They don't care about free cash flow. They could care less about fundamentals. All they care about is there going to be more stimulus. Can we print more money? Keep the stimulus going. Do more and more stimulus. That's all they care about. As soon as you hear stimulus, you're on your way. Stock market goes up. No one cares at all about fundamentals anymore. If you're looking around at fundamentals, you're wasting your time. It's amazing what happened yesterday. I have to give Janet Yellen credit yesterday. Now, here's what she said.
it may be that interest rates will have to rise somewhat to make sure that our economy doesn't overheat.
That's right. And she's saying, let's do it now. Didn't we learn our lesson? Because, see, money, you can print all kinds of money. And it can, a lot of it sits there dormant, remember. When they print money, doesn't mean they put all that money to work. You're talking trillions of dollars are sitting there and it's not working. So that doesn't create inflation. It's dormant. It's when you put it in circulation. Once you go put it in circulation, they call velocity of money. We talked about this before. That's when the inflation really starts. And what happens if you wait too long, it becomes surprise inflation. Surprise inflation. And everybody goes, whoa, what happened? And everybody overreacts. What she's saying is, let's not, look at, we've been doing this since 2009. All we've been doing is printing money. About a 2,000% increase in the amount of money we're printing. We got to do something now. A preemptive strike. Let's start raising rates a little bit of time now. So, because if we don't, and this hits us, it's going to be not a recession, but a depression. So guys like Cramer dismissed it yesterday. So did Wall Street. Of course they're going to dismiss it. Cramer and Wall Street immediately. They don't want the punch bowl to be taken away from them. What are you, nuts? By raising rates? You raise rates, you're taking the punch bowl away from them. But remember, there's no consequences for them. The consequences as a result of all this printing of money doesn't affect them, doesn't affect the wealthy. It affects you on Main Street. You get screwed, not the wealthy. We talk about this all the time. Think about it. They're saying inflation is only 2%. Really? That's it? Just 2%? Oh, yeah, we haven't got to fight it. Don't worry about it. Cramer and the rest of them are saying, don't worry about it. There's no inflation. 2%. Really? Well, let me tell you, there's a lot of consequences associated with ignoring inflation and these raising rates. If you just ignore that, you're screwed. Higher prices on everyday goods. Think about it, how they are accelerating. Lumber's up 380%. Oh, but no inflation. Copper in the last year. Look, lumber in the last 12 months up 380%. Copper is up 97%. Steel is up 53%. Oil up 422%. Gasoline up 300%. But that's just in the last 12 months. But don't worry about it. Everything's fine. There's not going to be any consequences. Yellen knows there's going to be tremendous consequences. Oh, not for the wealthy. Not for Cramer, the guys on Wall Street, but the people on Main Street. The husband and wife are making even $65,000, $75,000 both are working. They can't make it. Not with this inflation. The consequences of running a printing press 24/7 is severe, is nuts. Not raising rates. Look what happened back in 2008, 2009. The Federal Reserve had the printing press running just like now, top speed, 24/7. They dropped interest rates. And the Fed turned around, right, and bought all the bad debt from the banks. All the bad debt to keep them alive, to keep them propped up. Do you remember when G.W. Bush, he would not let the banks go down? He would not let the bad banks go down. He propped them up, buying all their bad debt to give them cash, exactly like they're doing now. Do you know, since 2019, I tell you this all the time, since 2019, they've been propping up the bank, $250 billion a day. I was giving you a wrong number. I was saying a month, a day to prop the banks up. That's since 2019. What are you, nuts? Before the 2008 financial crisis, the U.S. money supply was around $800 billion. It's $19 trillion right now. From $800 billion to $19 trillion since 2008. I'll just do some quick math. What's that? Over 2,200%? What are you, nuts? You know, it's crazy. See, Yellen, Aunt B, as much as I don't have any respect for that woman, because she's a liar, at least she's telling the truth in this instance. She's saying, if we can get our hands around this now, we can wrap our arms around this. But it's hard. It's hard to wrap their arms around it. It's like jelly, trying to wrap your arms around jelly. You got all this greed. They want that punch bowl to stay there. And every time the market goes up, They say, oh, look how rich you're all getting. Everybody's getting rich. No, everybody's not getting rich. No. Look, basic economics, you could be a moron. It tells you when the Federal Reserve keeps printing money and keeps printing money, as I just said, just go back from 2008 to 2010. They're printing even more money now than they did back then. Even then, we had high inflation, which followed all that printing. But once I said, look, it doesn't mean, everybody says, well, we got all this inflation. Where is it? Well, wait a minute. Remember, you got to put the money in circulation, as I just said a moment ago. And that's what they're starting to do. $10 trillion in 100 days? $10 trillion. And Obama and Biden's first 100 days, that's now increasing the velocity of money. That's when the inflation shows up. Just printing money and let it sit there in a stack doesn't do anything. There's no inflation. But once you start putting that money to work, that's velocity of money, that's circulation of money, and then you're screwed. The inflation. That's why she's saying, let's raise rates now so we don't hurt Main Street. Because see, only Main Street gets killed, but nobody cares. Congress doesn't care because Congress has all millionaires. What do they care? They got assets. They love inflation. We talk about this all the time, or at least I do. Don't hear anybody else talking about it. They love inflation because their assets go up. All their assets go up, whether it's gold coins, or rare coins, or gold, or palladium, or whatever it is. Whatever they invest in keeps going up. Keeps going up. They love it. They're getting so wealthy. So the Federal Reserve really sets the stage for higher inflation. Think about it. The Federal Reserve sets the stage for higher inflation. They lie to us and tell us inflation is only 2%, when the run rate is 11%. And you don't think there's going to be a crisis? You don't think there's going to be a crash? And who's in bed with them? The fake business news networks. And who else are they in bed with? Congress. Because everybody in Congress benefit. Because we have more millionaires in Congress than anywhere else. They want inflation. All of them want inflation, not Main Street. You remember when Bernanke lied when Congress asked, who benefits the most? Is it Main Street or Wall Street for your monetary programs? He said, oh, Wall Street. Really? He's a liar. So you've got to learn how to deal with this. We'll talk about it when we get back after this break. Remember, the rich get richer and the poor get poor. A lot poorer.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. Phil'sGang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With Phil'sGang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to Phil'sGang.com. Phil'sGang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
With the Phil'sGang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at Phil'sGang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At Phil'sGang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And Phil'sGang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the Phil'sGang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at Phil'sGang.com. That's Phil'sGang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
Thinking about investing in the stock market? Go to Phil'sGang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to Phil'sGang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, Phil'sGang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgate.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Okay, join my gang. It's free for 10 days. You get the color-coded chart, and you get my membership free for 10 days. Also, for those people who have mutual funds and you don't know when to get out of those, and nobody's been able to help you up to now, we have a chart that does that for you. It's called a mutual fund tracker. You can get that for 30 days free, where you take control. Look, since July 2016, yields on the 10-year Treasury, interest, just think of interest, has soared. I mean, 130, maybe 150%, whatever, but it's soared. Bonds, Treasuries never lie. They always tell you the truth. Do you know when Larry Kudlow was out there lying and telling people that he saw no problems in the housing market? I don't know if I have the cut. Go ahead, put my producer puppet up. You remember this when he was
Take
lying?
a look at this, because this is where there'd be real pain. Delinquencies and foreclosures. We've got these charts. They'll be coming up in just one moment, because I don't see. All right, here's the loan delinquency rate. It is up slightly. This is courtesy of my pal Steve Leisman. It is up slightly. This is loan delinquencies on homes, essentially. But look, it's just nothing. And if we go to the next chart on foreclosures, we will see actually that foreclosure rates are still coming down from where.
This was March 2007. You know what happened? A total collapse right after that. And we saw the red flags. What did we see?
yields. Bonds, they never lie. And he kept saying on his show, don't pay attention to bond market. Don't pay attention to bond market. Because he wanted the market to keep going on. He wants people to keep buying stocks. That's why he was on CNBC. That's why they're all on CNBC or they're all on Fox. They got to get people to buy, to consume, or they don't get on the air. Somebody always has to buy the airtime. You either pay for it yourself or you go and get commercials to cover your airtime. I don't care if it's radio, TV, or whatever. So they are always out there trying to get you to buy something, so they can fill the airtime up with commercials. And then, especially, go take a look at CNBC and Fox Business. You see more car commercials than anything else. That's where all the big advertising dollars are. They don't tell you the consequence. He was wrong. The bond market during that whole time was screaming. Just like now, the bond market's screaming. It's telling you what's coming, that you're going to have a crash coming. You can't continue to have inflation like this and not raise rates. You've got to raise rates. And Yellen said yesterday, we better do it now before it's too late. But they're not going to do that. They won't let the punch bowl be taken away because the rich get richer. See, and here's the thing. When inflation does hit, they benefit more. But the poor guy on Main Street, he don't have the assets. He don't have gold coins. He doesn't have special metals. He doesn't have exotic homes, real estate. He hasn't got assets like that. They keep going up with inflation. He has a lawnmower, a ride-around lawnmower. That's his assets. That's it. He lives on his wages. 72% of the people who work live from paycheck to paycheck. They're the ones screwed, but nobody cares about them. Who cares about Main Street? So she at least was right. So always pay attention to your bond market, because your bond market will give you the advance. It will tell you things are coming. The consequences are bad that are coming. But nobody pays attention to it. Oh, Wall Street does. The wealthy do. They love it. They see it. When they see inflation come, oh, they love it. They love it. So does the United States government. Oh, they love inflation, man, because that's how they pay down their debt. Talk about this all the time. Nobody gets it. The government loves inflation. They're not going to stop inflation. Why would they stop inflation? Because our debt is so humongous right now. We're going to be at $30 trillion. So at least if inflation keeps going up, that means the debt gets less valuable. Of course, China and Japan get grumpy because now they're being paid back with dollars that are less valuable, so they're getting screwed. So if the debt hits $30 trillion and the dollar keeps going down in value because inflation keeps going up because they're printing so much, then instead of having $30 trillion in debt, let's say Japan and China, they only got $15 trillion, or they only got, let's say, $20 trillion in debt because the debt got less valuable. And they love that. America, the Congress loves it. So you got to be in the right stocks. You got to understand what I feel so sorry for these people who are coming into the market right now and they're buying the big tech stocks. They're all buying Amazon and Google. I'm going to get rich. Really? What are you, crazy? Look, we're doing a special program this Saturday. We're limited to 50 people. We're going to give you a block of 3 hours. And if you can't make it on Saturday, that's fine. Because for $75, it's only going to cost $75, limited to 50 people. That is archived for 2 weeks. So you have the class for 2 weeks. You'll have the video you have the course for 2 weeks for $75. That's insane. $75. Nobody else is going to do that. All we ask is if you get a lot out of this, you start making money by shorting, just please send some money to St. Jude. That's all. Again, if you go look at today what's going on, okay, the strongest groups, if you want to be making money right now, follow the strongest groups, okay? Industrials, the materials, XLB, I'll give you the symbols, XLI, industrials, materials, XLB. With the materials, You want, and we're doing terrific with steel. The ETF is SLX. Transports. You want to be in transports. IYT. This is where all the money's going. All the money is coming out of the big tech stocks, and this is where it's going. That's where the money's going. And the banks. XLF. And the REITs. VNQ. You got to know where to be. That's what we do. We help our gang members to make sure they're in the right stocks at the right time, and especially when to short them to make money on the way down. You're done.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
I've signed up, and I've learned an incredible amount from Phil and Steve. The staff at Phil's Gang give platinum-level service and stock recommendations. You know, it's as simple as that. At the end of a month or so, I've always been in the black. Phil's Gang is a class act. I'm happy to be a member.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, BoydInvestigativegroup.com.
License number A1900020.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from. All that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Okay. When we see the kind of inflation that we're having right now, we know the consequences of it because we saw it back in 2008, 2009. And we're going to see the consequences now. Because once you start running inflation, if you don't start tamping that down, the only people that make the money who benefit from it are the wealthy. But Main Street really gets screwed because their wages aren't going up. When you're stuck on a wage and it's not going up, especially middle class, look how the middle class is contracted because their wages aren't going up. The wages that went up were the working poor. That's one thing that we did see in the first 4 years of Trump. The working poor, their wages went up. Middle class didn't. So, as a matter of fact, the middle class is almost it's been contracted so much it's almost wiped out. But let's get back to where should you be? Remember, the Federal Reserve sets the stage. They do this on purpose. They set the stage for the high inflation. Just like they did after the financial crisis, they set the stage again in February 2020, right after the crash, as they call the pandemic crash, but it would have crashed without the pandemic. Believe me. So the Federal Reserve, again, sets the stage for higher inflation, just like they did when we had the crash back in 2008, 2009. They set the stage then for higher inflation. They're setting the stage now for higher inflation. So what do? Well, then you got to be in the right stocks. And instead of trying to pick an individual stock, there's 11 sectors. Instead of trying to pick the right stock in the 11 sectors, you got to go first to the correct sectors to be in. And then the best thing to do, if you're not a professional, is just buy the ETF. For example, if all you do now until the crash, stay with the industrials, XLI, stay with the materials, and stay with the transports. If you just did those three, and every day we post our stocks, and we tell you exactly what to do. Steve, who's the head of our program, education program, tells you exactly what to do.
Goldman Sachs, go ahead and you can add light to this scout as well.
And then he goes on and tells you exactly what to do. How can you go wrong? But here's the key. All of these stocks are going to come crashing down. They always do. Because when you have inflation and you have the prices of, when you have the inflation, you've got to come in and raise rates. And right now with the inflation we have, that inflation is starting to kill. Remember, inflation, interest rates go up, the long-term rates, the yield, the treasuries go up. That kills mortgages. And that's the killer right there. It starts killing all the mortgages. Because now as the rates keep going up, the mortgage rates are going to keep going up. And that's all we do in this country. Flip houses, buy houses, build houses. That's all we do. So people are going to get crushed. But you got to learn that when lumber goes up 380% and copper goes up 97% and steel goes up 53%, oil 422%, gasoline 300%, and you're making money on the way up. if you're in the right stocks. Be in the industrials, be in the materials, be in the transports. But boy, when these start coming down, and they will, you got to know how to simply reverse your position. So 50 people on Saturday, we're going to do a block of 3 hours, myself and Steve, and we're going to explain how simple it is to sell a stock short. If you can't make it Saturday, it's archived for 2 weeks. You got the class for 2 weeks. It's only $75 investment. Invest in yourself is what you're doing. Why go buy another stock right now? Why don't you invest in yourself instead of another stock? Why don't you understand how to sell short? So then you're going to be looking forward to a stock market crash. It is insane. Just like I always say, why would you buy a car that has no reverse, just forward? You wouldn't do that. So why on God's name are you getting in a stock that's going up, but you don't know how to reverse your position? 80% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. But not only do they not know when to get out, they don't know how to reverse their position. It's so easy. If you know how to get out of your stock group and just reverse your position, you don't have to have 100 stocks. You have to follow all these stocks. I always tell my members, follow no more than 5 or 6 stocks. They got to be brand name stocks. And every day we tell you what to do with those stocks. Buy, add, don't add, or run like hell, meaning short them. Shorting makes a lot of sense because all these stocks that are going up right now, it's all fake. The Federal Reserve is pumping it up. They got the printing presses going. Don't you understand that? And they go and they take the money and they give it to the bad companies. They give it to the bad banks to give them cash. They take their assets in exchange for cash, and they keep going up. Nobody gives a damn about earnings of the banks or earnings of a company. You think they care about earnings? Nobody cares. They look at one thing. Is we going to have another stimulus? We're going to have another stimulus? It used to be quantitative easing. It used to be stock buybacks. Drove the market. Now what have they been doing? Stimulus. Since 2020, the market, think about it, since March 2020, in 1 year, the market's going up 90%, 92%. All you had to do is be in the right groups where inflation would settle in. That you know where the inflation is going to go. We know where it's going to go. Now all you got to do, when stocks are up 92%, what are you going to do? Get out? Say, I better get out. And because I think my stock's going down. Then what are you going to do? Go buy another stock? What, like that stock didn't go up? Look, where people are getting crazy here and they're not thinking. There's no such thing as a new starting line. They're trying to tell you right now, the starting line starts today. They're telling you right now that this market starting now is going to explode. It's going to be unbelievable. Oh, wait a minute. They're coming from such a low point. Of course they're going to have growth of 6, 7, or 10% because they're coming from such a low starting point. It's common sense. I always use the analogy: take a 12-foot ladder, go up with a ball, drop it down, and it's going to come up 11 feet, right? Then you drop it again, it's going to come up 10 feet. Drop it again, it's going to come up 10 feet. Then 9, 8, 7, 6, right until you dribble down to where you should be. It's the same thing with this market, but this time be smart. Not only let's continue with buying stocks that work on inflation, that works off of inflation, and also remember this. Think of what they're doing. They know what they're doing when they put a hold on this economy, when they locked everybody down. That was done on purpose. Why? Because it stopped production. And copper and steel and oil and gasoline and everything else, it stopped production. They knew the minute they opened up this economy, they would go in and buy all these stocks who were affected. All these stock groups that were affected by the close down, they're going to go buy and make a fortune. And that's what they did. They manipulated this whole pandemic. They manipulated, just like it's been totally manipulated. Close down the economy. People won't be buying lumber. People won't be buying copper because, hey, people aren't building houses. Don't need copper, right? Not going to be buying steel. Not going to be buying oil. Not going to be buying gasoline, right? And look how they've gone up. 300%, 422%, 53%, 97%. Why aren't you on that train? Because you don't know how to do it. But the most important thing is when you get off that train, just go back the other way, short, and we'll show you how to do that. This has been the biggest setup. People don't understand that. This lockdown was done on purpose. So demand would drop. And then when they open it back up, they'd make a fortune off this demand. It's all been rigged.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Short on time, but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you start making money, please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Warning, Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60, 70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days. philsgang.com.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
Nano Dimensions is an interesting play. especially
Everyone
given the
loves
worldwide
3D because Kathy Wood loves 3D. If Kathy Wood loves 3D, then I love 3D. 3D's the greatest. I love 3D. 3D's the greatest. There, I did it.
I love 3D. I love 3D. I did it. I got 3D. Okay. The stock dropped from $18 down to $6.86. You think it's ready to buy right now? It's not ready to buy right now. I don't know where this guy bought it, but 65%, this thing dropped. Okay, so it's on sale now. So he should watch it to buy, but not now. Kramer didn't say that. Kramer didn't say to him not to buy it right now. He didn't tell him that. Here's another one.
My question is about Penn National Gaming, which came to my attention on your show.
I happen to like Penn Nat very much, and that was first came to our attention because of the deal they did with Barstool and David Portnoy, and it is doing fantastically and deserves to trade higher. Portnoy's opened a lot of business for that company.
A lot of business for that company. Sure did. A lot of business for that company. What are you, nuts? I mean, this stock right now, just like the other stock, is not ready to buy yet. This is how you get hurt. And then, first of all, they should have been shorting it. But notice they're talking about buying it. Why didn't they short it? When it turned red at $135, it's now $91. That's a 33% gain. But understand, they're asking now to buy it. Why didn't they just sell it short? Again, these are the same people who would buy a car that got forward but no reverse. Why wouldn't they buy it now? That's just one. That's Penn. And also the other one, NDM. You heard them. What are they talking about? Buying it. Wait a minute. That dropped from $18 down to $7, $18 to $7. That's a 61% gain you had in your pocket. With the same, just think about it. When the stock was at, my members, when the stock turned green back in October 8th, 2020, the stock was at a low of $2.33. It went all the way up to it went all the way up to $17.89. Wow. But what happened then? We knew when to get out of it. We knew when to get out. Isn't that a great thing? Know when to get out? The first thing, it started to turn yellow. It gave us a warning. The institutions were pulling money. That had to be a gain of at least 615%. I'm not saying every member made 615%. I'm not saying that at all. My point is, when it turned green, it told you money was flowing into that stock. And that money kept flowing into that stock from, as I said, early October 2020. And then it started to flow out. It turned red in February 2021. So from October 2020, then you shift your position on February 2021 to sell it short. That's why the pros who make money stay with the same 5-6 stocks all the time. If you don't believe me, just go read any of Peter Lynch's books. Go read any of the books of Buffett. Why? Because, again, any professional, they know if you just stay with a small amount of stocks, by having the skill to make money when it goes down by shorting it, that doubles the amount of stocks you have. If your stocks are brand name stocks, you can control 5 stocks. You know exactly where to get in, where to get out. The color-coded chart tells you. But the fun part of it is you're going to be looking forward for it to go down. So let's say this stock went up, let's just say the stock went up 60%. If you got out, you're going to go look for another stock, right, in that group. Well, all the stocks went up 50 to 60%. So let's say you bought it at the low, now you're getting out at the top, and you go look for another stock in that group, but they're all up. It's like buying a house 10 years ago at $250,000. Now the house is worth $600,000. You sell it, but what did you gain? Nothing. Because when you go to buy a new house, those houses all went up. So you gain nothing because you bought the house at $250 and it's now priced at $650. Unless you decide to live in a tent or buy a trailer. But to go replace that house, you're not going to get a deal. So it didn't work out. It's the same thing with a stock. When you get in a stock and it goes up, and you say, I got to get out because I think it's going down. All you have to do is switch your position. If you can turn the light off and on in your kitchen, it's that easy to sell a stock short. I promise you that. I'll prove it to you. This Saturday, 50 people only, 300, okay? This Saturday only, 12 to 3, you're going to have the course for 2 weeks. It's archived for 2 weeks. Now, that's pretty good. $75, you got the course for 2 weeks, and you're going to have, I'm saying 300 hours, 3 hours, a 3-hour block, myself and Steve, to show you exactly how to make it so easy to sell a stock short. The same simplicity that you buy a stock, it will be to sell the stock short. And you're going to have so much more fun because stocks go down much faster than they go up. It's like eating peanuts. But why put yourself in a position in the stock market when you buy a stock, you can't make money when it goes down? When you're getting out of the stock and you're convinced you're getting out because it's going down, why don't you stay in and make money on the way down? Because you don't know how to short. And everybody for years keep telling you, don't short, it's dangerous, don't short. Of course they don't want you to short. Why would they want you to short? They don't make money when you short. Brokerage houses don't make money. Nobody makes money when you short on Wall Street. They want you to buy. Because that's when they make money. So look, this Saturday, again, 50 people, that's it. And the reason we keep it to 50 people, because we did more than that, it's very hard. We don't have a lot of staff. And because it's archived for 2 weeks, we have tons of emails that come in with questions. And we don't have a big staff to answer all the questions. Plus, we got to do what we do every day, produce the show and our classes and so forth. So we keep it to 50. So check it out. Go to philsgang.com. And the other thing, join the gang for 10 days. It's free. And you'll find out how this works. It really does work. Did you ever before, when you bought a stock, have somebody tell you when to get in, when to add, when not to add, when to get out, when to turn your mother's picture against the wall and run like hell? Anybody tell you that? No. Nobody tells you that. You're on your own. Well, here you're not on your own. Because starting it's 7 o'clock in the morning. I get ready for my coffee talk. I tell you exactly what the market is going to do that day. You know exactly why the market went down the day before or up the day before, and what you got to look for the following day, and what stocks are going to be working. What stocks are going to be working today. You get an hour. You get that coffee talk, about a half-hour coffee talk I do. Then when that's done, then we have our live class. I do mine from 9:30 to 10, and Steve does his from 10 to 11. Then I come back in and do another 15, 20 minutes. And then we give you alerts all day long. Then at 2 o'clock, Steve posts our portfolio, our actual portfolio stocks, to exactly what to do. It works. Then we give you a market wrap. Then we start again. And we always make sure that you got the best stocks. There's 11 sectors. We make sure that there's a lot of inflation going on right now, and we know which stocks to make sure that you're in. Like if you're not in the industrials and you're not in the materials, you've got to be crazy. And also gold. I mean, yes, gold's going to be unbelievable. But right now we're buying a lot of steel, and we're buying the ETF, just like we're buying the ETF of industrials and materials. Yes, we go back and do our best stocks, our individual stocks. But if you go into a group of industrial stocks, what's been moving the industrial stocks there have been UPS. UPS been moving it. FedEx have been moving only a couple stocks. When you have a group of stocks and a quarter of them are not doing well, and then let's say you go and look at all the steel stocks, or let's say you go look at all the tech stocks and only a third are doing well. Well, don't buy an individual stock. Buy the ETF. These are the things you're going to learn. But you're also going to learn how to make money when this whole thing starts to collapse. And if you don't believe it, that this is going to collapse, you've got to be nuts. Join my gang free for 10 days and sign up. You don't have to be a gang member for the webinar for Saturday. See you on the chart.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877